Western Conference rivals, the Oklahoma City Thunder, are targeting Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency, and we have to talk about this. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because the Oklahoma City Thunder can absolutely steal Isaiah Hartenstein from the New York Knicks as they're looking for a rebounder, and Hartenstein is the best rebounder in free agency right now, and the Thunder have the money to outbid the Knicks. So, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get worried that the Knicks could lose Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, I'm confident that OG Anunoby is going to re-sign with the Knicks. I mean, his agent is Sam Rose, son of Leon, and they traded Barrett in quickly for him. They're not going to just give up on OG. They're going to pay him whatever OG needs to stay. I just did a video on this not too long ago, breaking both of these things down. But with the Thunder targeting Hartenstein, we have to just break this whole situation down. Now, something that worries me is that according to Bet Online, the Oklahoma City Thunder have a plus 300 odds to land Hartenstein. They are the favorites if the New York Knicks lose him. Now, with a plus 300 odds like that, I would guess that the odds for Hartenstein to stay with the Knicks is probably going to be somewhere around minus 500, which means if you put $50 on it, you'd win 10. And the other way around for plus 300 to go to the Thunder, I'd say you put $10 and you win 30. Now that we know how to gamble, let's just kind of break this down. That means the likelihood that Isaiah Hartenstein re-signs with the Knicks is massive, but at the same time, if the Thunder just say, you know what, screw it, let's make the New York Knicks worse, and at the same time, let's get an elite backup center for Chet Holmgren, who can be one of the best rebounders in the NBA in Isaiah Hartenstein, who also would fit with the Thunder because of his high post playmaking, will open up opportunities for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to kind of just move into the paint, do his thing as he does. And also, you could play Hartenstein and Chet together, have elite rim protection because Chet spaces the floor like that. So Hartenstein, I think, will be the Thunder's number one target when looking for a big man in free agency. Now, there's one thing we should know. Remember back a few months ago, I made a video on this, and then I recently talked about it again the other day. Hartenstein has said that if the money's the same, he will return to the New York Knicks. He's very close with a bunch of his Knicks teammates. Him and Brunson have become very tight. Him and Mitchell Robinson are literally just like best friends now, which is quite funny considering they're battling for the same starting role, but it doesn't matter to them. And I've gone in about how I want the Knicks to keep both Mitch and Hartenstein and have a 24-minute average for each of them, where that'll keep Mitch healthy, it'll keep Hartenstein fresh, and they'll be able to just have 48 minutes of great center play with elite rim protection for 48 minutes. Very few teams can say that they have that. The only other team that can have great center play for an entire game is the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they're a Western Conference Finals team. I thought they were going to win the NBA Finals. I'm shocked what Dallas is doing, but that's a separate thing. We'll get into that in the live stream tonight if you guys feel like it. That's on you guys. But if you guys take a look, according to Michael Scotto, what he said is rival executives are monitoring the Thunder as a potential team in the free agent center market this summer, with several names available, such as Nick Claxton, who could potentially command over $20 million on the market, as noted by Hoops Hype, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Jonas Valanciunas, who's not expected to return to New Orleans, as previously reported by Hoops Hype. Now, those three are the three best centers in free agency, and I think it depends on what you need. If you need the best rim protection possible and you don't care about offense at all, you go Claxton. If you need an offensive center, you go Valanciunas. If you want that mix of an elite rebounder, great rim protection, great passing, efficient offense, you go Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, the Thunder don't need Valanciunas, that's for sure. I mean, Valanciunas can't play defense. He stretches the floor. He's not what they need. I think Valanciunas is actually going to sign a smaller deal with some contending team that's not going to be New Orleans. And then Claxton, I kind of assume he's just going to either go back to the Nets or go to the Raptors. And again, we could talk about the whole NBA on the live stream tonight. And we'll get into that in a second. But Hartenstein seems like the guy who the Thunder would go after. That's what everything seems to indicate with this. And I'm certainly worried because I don't want Isaiah Hartenstein to leave the Knicks. He's so perfect here. He fits so well. Him and Brunson have an excellent rapport on the court. I don't want anything to happen, one, that'll upset Jalen Brunson because you do everything to make that guy happy no matter what it is, and it seems like that's not too hard, luckily. Thank God, because Jalen Brunson's just the best. But I am nervous that Hartenstein could just look at 20-something million per year, something the Knicks can't offer him. The highest the Knicks can go is 4 years, $72.5 million, which is around $16 million per year. Now, there's also a chance the Knicks won't have to offer him that, and they could offer him the same deal they gave Mitch, which is 4 years, $60 million, and just Mitch's was front-loaded, so maybe they backlit Hartenstein's. I did a whole thing about this in a different video. Turn around and watch that from a day ago. You'll be able to find it. It has OG in the thumbnail. But yeah, I think it's fair to start worrying about losing Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, he did so well for the Knicks. He had a breakout season. The Knicks have a lot of guys they're going to have to pay now this summer, like OG, guys who they're going to have to pay in the future, like Randall, like Brunson, guys in tiers who they're going to have to pay, like Dante and Josh Hart. There's a lot of money the Knicks are going to owe. They know they have to go for a star now, so that might bring in some extra cap space also, depending on what happens. Man, there's just a world where they lose him. Now, again, I think they're going to re-sign Hartenstein. Hartenstein likes it in New York. He's been very open about that. And it's tough to leave. Like, it's hard to move your whole life and uproot yourself. That's the hardest part about leaving in free agency for players. They have to decide, okay, let me uproot my entire life, move to a completely different city that might be across the world or across the country. And then, I don't know, it kind of gives you incentive to stay. Like, if you look at a guy who might love where they're at, like, I don't know, someone maybe from, like, let's say New Brunswick, New Jersey, who signed with a team nearby and then, I don't know, just, like, broke out into NBA superstardom. Maybe his name's Jalen Brunson. It's going to be hard for that dude to leave. It's going to be hard for Josh Hart to leave, who got traded here, who loves it here, who now has 2 kids, who's got a wife here. Like, Brunson's married now. These guys, they're tied to New York now. They like it here. Brunson's from the area. I know he also lived in Chicago for a while, but he's from the area. His dad played for the Knicks. It's going to be harder for those guys to leave than Hartenstein, who really just signed with the Knicks because despite the fact that he wanted to go back to the Clippers said, you know what? We're going to take John Wall over you because the Clippers are a bad franchise. They're stupid. And I don't know. There's nothing you can do about that. They're just dumb. But now there's a world where Hartenstein could be like, well, I'll move if I'm going to get an extra $10, $15 million over the next 4 years. Sorry. Cheaper rent, lower tax. Yeah, I'll go to Oklahoma City. It might suck to live in Oklahoma in some landlocked state that nobody cares about. But, you know, money. Money talks. We all know money talks. Anyone who's an adult at all, or just even age 16, has probably learned to some degree in their life that money absolutely talks. I almost just full-blown cursed. Now, Ian Begley did mention that Hartenstein's a small group of centers, as we already looked at, when we're also looking at Jonas Valanciunas and Nick Claxton, and bringing back Hartenstein has been a priority for the Knicks. It's why they lowballed Emmanuel quickly. And Begley did say he assumes the Knicks and Hartenstein agree on a deal, and New York can begin talking to him earlier as the NBA Finals ends. So shout out to Begley for giving us that little tidbit. So that's good. All of this points to Hartenstein will re-sign, but there's always a world where he doesn't. There's always a world where the Thunder say, screw it. Let's just outbid the Knicks because we can. And you don't want that to happen. Now, the Thunder don't hold a vendetta against the Knicks like the 76ers might do with OG Anunoby just because they have a vendetta against them because, well, they lost. What are you going to do? I wish I still had that don't trust the process thing right now so I could make fun of them a little bit more. But also just, you know, I don't need to do that to my guy Sean Bernard. He's the man. Now, if you take a look at what Brett Sigel said, that's about OG Anunoby, so that's the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. If you look at Isaiah Hartenstein's stats, he puts up 8 points per game, 8.3 rebounds with 2.5 assists. He gets 1 block and 1 steal per game. So over 2 stocks, which is great. Only turning it over once. Fouling under 3 times per game, even though he got into some foul trouble in the playoffs because Joel Embiid's just that good, shooting 64% from the field. Has a defensive box plus minus of 2.8, which is excellent. His value over replacement player is 2.6, which is really impressive considering that player is usually Mitchell Robinson. So what we know is that Isaiah Hartenstein, efficient as all hell. The Knicks really do need the man. He is broken out in New York. They have to do whatever they can to re-sign him. And if you want my prediction on it, I'm going to guess the Knicks do get into a bit of a bidding war and are going to finish with giving Hartenstein somewhere around $68, $69 nice $1 million. So guys, give me your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe. And wait, don't click away. Don't click away. Yo, live stream tonight at 7. This video is coming out at 3 p.m. 4 hours later, we're doing a live stream. Come kick it with me, guys. Look, I'm going to put my feet up and wait for you guys to subscribe to the channel. So you just know to subscribe. Get on that live stream. Let's talk basketball. All we're going to be doing is talking basketball for like 30 minutes to an hour. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing time-consuming. It's a Thursday night. Yeah, maybe you're in college and you're doing the whole Thirsty Thursday. But guess what? Do it in your pregame. The bar is not going to be packed by 8. You ever been to college? No, I have. Did 4 years up there. My college, Sacred Heart University. Shout out. I'll sit here and drink my iced tea waiting for you to just subscribe already. All right, I'm bored. Never mind. Just subscribe. Just do it. Just do it. And watch the live stream.